All right. Hi, girls. Thanks for being on tonight. Today, what is today? February 29th. Leap year. um, so thanks for being on. Just a couple announcements and things I want to mention. I just wanted to congratulate Stephanie Graham on Lisa Yount's team. She is a success starter month 3, so she earned her ticket to Summit this summer, which is really cool. And if you are new and don't know what that means, it basically is either your first 3 months hitting Success Club or your second 3 months. So if you were to join in February and you hit Success Club 5 in February, March, and April, you would be a success starter, or you could start in March, April, and May. So that's really cool when that happens for someone. I think we have a really good track record on this team with success starters. I wasn't one. So I think it's I'm like, it's unbelievable if someone could pull that off. It's hard work. So congrats to her. And then Katie Lair just hit Emerald this past Thursday, which is really exciting. And I have a feeling we're going to be popping a bunch real soon. A bunch of Emeralds are coming up, and I even think we have a couple diamonds coming soon. So congrats to Katie. Hopefully you all caught the National Wake Up Call today with Tony Horton to get a little bit of a background on 22-minute hardcore, and that is officially out. So that's something you can be trying to get creative with. 22 minutes is pretty awesome that you can have your workout done that fast. For me, that will probably be how I reach my people, is the busy mamas, less than 25 minutes, even better than T25. It's pretty cool that you can get a good workout in that short amount of time. And I have a few before and afters I'll share with you that came from the test group. They're all putting them up on the wall, which is the Star Diamond group. And they're pretty amazing, the results from 22 minutes. So it's a good price point too, and it's available in challenge pack form with Shakeology or with the performance pack. So if you have someone who has like a weird funky allergy to something in Shakeology, that it's a good opportunity, to talk about the performance line with people. So that's an option, and they're both at the $140 price point. And I think just for this month, they're going to include the sandbag. So, got to get it this month, right? I wonder what that's like. I don't even know. But I had the opportunity to try it out at the New Leaders Conference. I was going to say National Wake Up Call. And it was really great and fun. And it's cool, you do it to like a cadence, just like the beat that it goes to. It makes it a little bit interesting. So that is available starting even today. And if you didn't catch the National Wake Up Call, try to grab the podcast or the replay, because you'll pick up on some other things that Tony mentions. I also just wanted a quick mention, we have the PIO Challenge Pack on sale for $140 this month, the PIO Kickstart Challenge Pack for $180, which includes a 3-day refresh, and then the 22-minute hardcore is $140. And the February sales will be up, it looks like, until they're all different dates, the ending time. So size is still on sale, I think maybe until all of them are end between the 7th and the 9th. So 21-day fix, 21-day fix extreme, and I'm sorry, the 3-day refresh continues to be on sale throughout the whole month. So I will probably try to take advantage of those sales that are continuing for people who I know need nutrition help, especially. I'll be inviting people these next few days, saying that sale is coming down around the 7th. I just wanted to also say, job well done in February. Holy smokes. Our team, it's crazy to me when I look at how much growth there was, just talking to different leaders about how their girls are doing. So February is a hard month. And I'm really excited about the growth from this past month. So good job reaching people during what seems to be like the most depressing month of the year, I think. It's cold, especially in the Northeast. I know you Southerners don't have it that bad, but people don't really want to work out in February. I think there's something about that. So I think that's it for announcements. I am working on the calendar tonight, if I can keep my eyes open for March. I myself and Kristen will be on a cruise leaving on the 11th to head down to Florida. I am debating whether I do the new coach training. If I have more than one person, I will put it up. But you guys all need to let me know if there's people on your teams that want that, because I don't want to put it up and then have nobody doing it while I'm on vacation. So if there's interest, please let me know. And I'm happy to pre-plan all the posts. But if you have a coach in there, I'm going to need you to, be encouraging them and interacting with them, because I will not be doing that during from the 11th through the 17th. So that's it for that. I'll have that calendar up. So today I just wanted, and let me introduce myself, because I see like Becky's on, and right, and you probably don't know anything about me, but I'm Jen McNeil. I'm, I guess, the leader of Team Fitwell, you could say, and we do these calls the first Monday and the last Monday of every month. So we'll have one again next week, and I'm still debating on what that topic will be. So thank you for being on. Today, I just wanted to talk about the ins and outs of consistent business growth and what that looks like for us. Like how do we consistently grow our business? And it's really going to be a regroup time and back to basics time. And I was in a little bit of a conversation with a coach who's on another team, and she put up, she's a coach, I just forgot her last name, of course, because I'm talking to you guys. It's Julie Boris. She was one of the ones that spoke at Summit, and I had already planned out what I was going to be talking about, and she put up a post on the wall, and this, I just kind of listen most of the time, just read what people are writing. But she is a very well-known and established coach. She's been around forever. And she put up a post. She lives in Indiana, where basketball is huge. And it went hand in hand with what I wanted to talk to you about tonight. So I'm going to read what she wrote, because it really was like, yes, I wish I could be as eloquent as this. She was talking about the vitals and said, as we head into March Madness, it won't matter how many Indiana teams are playing in the tournament. Basketball fever takes over in my state. Bracket by bracket, game by game, 4 teams will emerge to play for the national championship. Sure, those last teams might be more talented than other teams. They might have more height, be faster, stronger. Maybe that's true. Although just a few years ago, a certain team was in the national championship game twice in 2 years, and I guarantee they were not taller, faster, or stronger. So what did they do to get to the national championship game? What do all teams do to get to the national championship game? They focus on fundamentals. This practice, this philosophy has really been in my head and heart lately. When my business is off, I'm not focusing on the fundamentals. When I've lost my mojo, I guarantee it's because I'm not focusing on the fundamentals. In Team Beachbody, we call them the vital behaviors. And when my vital behavior game is off, my business is off. It's not hard, right? Push play, drink a shake, read a book, invite people to join me. Yet there have been many moments in my business that those basic behaviors just get away from me. Do you agree?
Mommy.
Do you notice the difference in your business when you're not on the top of your game?
I have one.
I'm going to mute somebody. I don't know whose cute little voice that is. Have you ever gotten out of the habit of practicing the fundamentals every day? If so, how do you get back in the habit? So I love that, because it's so true. Like, there's so much of this that sometimes we get distracted by the limelight, I think, or the sparkle of what some other coach is doing, the creativity that you might see from somebody else. I know that I follow a couple coaches who I think that everything they do is just like beautiful, like the way things look on the outside. But I can almost guarantee that the reason they're successful is not because of the way their graphics look or even the beautiful, eloquent posts that they put up. It's because they're practicing the fundamentals. So I just want to take a minute and review what those are and what that should look like for us on a day-to-day basis, because it's going to look a little different for everyone. So So I have a PowerPoint. I'm going to screen share it for us. Okay. So I went through online and I searched a few of my favorite coaches that I like to follow because they practice the fundamentals well. And there were a bunch of different power hours or trackers. They have all different names, or business activity trackers, the BAT, that I found, or checklists. They all were calling them something different. But so the vital behaviors that we need to track every day are personal development, invite, which is inviting to the business, inviting to your challenge groups, inviting to try sample of Shakeology, inviting to come over to your house to work out with you so that they know what you do. And then the third one is being a product of the product, or proof that the product works. There is a fourth that they added recently, and it's recognition. And, I think our team does a pretty good job of that, recognizing when your coach does something really well. We track our success club points. We recognize rank advancements. We recognize our challengers when they're successful, and we, brag on them on social media. So there's four really now that Beachbody has given us, and they haven't really talked a lot about the fourth one, but I do find that it's really important because people need that added encouragement. So shout out your challengers, shout out your coaches, whether that be in our team page for coaches or on social media in general. So these are things that we need to track daily. So this is nice. This is a new coach power hour that I found. This really breaks it down, because for a new coach, it's going to look different than it will for someone who's been in this for a year or 2 years or 3 years. I like how they broke this down into personal development, 10 to 15 minutes. Go into your online office, check out your online office, see if you have new sales or new customers that came in from your leads. And then social media will be the third one. So adding 2 to 5 new friends a day, checking into your groups, doing daily deposits, which I like this because that's your connection, daily deposits. And an example of a daily deposit for a connection would be going and liking someone's picture that you just connected with, someone new, or commenting on their picture. And then after you do that a few times, now that you've kind of opened up those doors, then maybe you reach out and have a conversation with them on Facebook Messenger, not about the business, but just about life. So those are daily deposits, and that's done with sincerity too. It's, you're being a friend to somebody, and sometimes those daily deposits into other people's lives and come back around to like them encouraging me in some form or fashion. So hopefully you will learn, you'll come to enjoy those daily deposits, I guess they're called. So I like that rather than saying connecting, because for a new coach, liking and commenting on somebody's picture, that's a stretch because they're not used to that, using that on Facebook. Responding to or sending Facebook messages would be, another portion of that. Posting 2 to 5 times a day on your social media so that you are seeing your posts. If you're not doing it regularly, then people aren't going to see when you put up the one post a week about your challenge group. So it needs to be done, 2 to 5 times a day. 5 is a stretch. I think for a new coach, twice a day is good. And then creating images or basically coming up with things to advertise for your upcoming groups. The only thing that they forgot to mention on here, which is hugely important, is drinking your Shakeology and getting your workout in, because that's being a product of the product. But I wouldn't say that those necessarily fall into your power hour, so I guess that's why they left it off. So that's a good one for new coaches, and I'll put this up so you all have it. But this is a nice layout, for an hour for someone who's brand new, and it doesn't seem as scary as some of the other power hours. This one was found on a different coach's page, and this one is a little bit, you're actually tracking your information, and it's the point of me showing you all of these is because what works for one person is not going to work for another. And I'll get to what, other people do on our team that has been effective for them. But so this is just another one. Start adding new friends. This is a much like mine, but prettier. But adding new friends. Yesterday's post likes, like what did you like? I think who liked yours too. Because I often will write down on my little tracker who actually liked like my business posts. And I think that's a great place to actually write it down, because then those are the people that you want to follow up with. Starting new conversations with people. So you should be opening, once you've done this business for a month or two, you should be opening, 3 to 5 new conversations a day. Just get them started. Like, hey, how's it going? You don't need to do a whole lot more than that. But really sincere conversations form conversations like family, occupation, and I'm going to forget what the R and the M are, but real sincere conversations about their life. And then inviting new people to, and again, I reiterate, it's not always to a challenge group. It could be inviting to try a Shakeology sample. It could be inviting to a 5-day. It could be inviting to a paid challenge. It could be inviting to, try a club membership for free for 30 days to try out some workouts. So it doesn't always have to be to a paid challenge, because oftentimes those invites to the free challenge open up the door for you to invite to a paid challenge down the road. And then follow-ups, making sure that you're following up with the people that you previously invited or that you previously invited to the business. And then there down at the bottom, I like how those include, your personal development, your workout, and did you drink your Shakeology? And then it also is nice. It includes a check-in with your challenge group and your team page. This is obviously for someone who's a little bit further along. And then planning new ideas. That's it's great to always be thinking, okay, what am I going to do in the next few weeks to, encourage, like for 22-minute hardcore. I've done a horrible job with this, girls, so please don't look at my page, but like I haven't done a very good job of working up to 22-minute hardcore. Jen Weiss tonight put up a video of her, doing the on-demand version. That's great. Like I should have been doing that before. There was plenty of opportunity. So that would be a great spot to start planning hooks or new ideas. Here's just another one. I'm not going to go over everything, but you can get as detailed as you'd like. You need to find which one works for you. For me, here's my basic one. And I use this pretty much every day. And I'm going to stop screen sharing for a second. Because here's mine from today. I know some of you are like, this is so boring, Jen, but I'm going to get to the reason why this is so important. If I am not doing this, my business is flopping. And not necessarily the first day or the second day or the third day or the fourth day. Maybe the next month it'll catch up to me when I'm not doing it. And I'll tell you, this month, a lot of you know that we're moving from place to place, and I had not been doing my power hour the first 2 weeks or tracking it. I would follow up with people, obviously, and quick write in with people, but I wasn't tracking it. And this has been the hardest month ever for me in this business, ever. And it's 100% because I am not recording. It's not even, I'm doing a lot of those behaviors because now they're so ingrained in my head. But when you're not recording, you miss bits and pieces. Like there's things that fall through the cracks. And I almost can always, if one of you or all are like, I'm really struggling, I'm not seeing my business grow. If I say, can I check out your power hour from the past couple weeks? It's so obvious right away a lot of times where you see there's no business invites for the week. Yeah, you may have been doing, the first couple and maybe even doing some personal development, but then I'll see a big blank spot right across. So, what I would encourage you is you should always be recording every day because you're going to miss things otherwise. Our brains can only hold so much and they can only remember so much. And a lot of us are moms or, have other jobs. If you're not recording, things are going to be missed. So what I would encourage you to do is, if you've been doing this all along, is take them out and highlight the areas where you see, I really dropped the ball in this area, and then go at it full steam ahead, and try to make up for some of that lost time. But yeah, when I hear you guys coming to me saying like, my team is not growing at all, I'm hitting Success Club, but my team has not grown. Okay, so show me your power hour. Let's take a look. How many invites did you have this week? And how many people did you follow up with who you invited 2 months ago who said no? I think about 4 or 5 of the people I signed in January were from business invites 6 months prior, where I invited in August, again in October, again in December, and then finally they were ready in January. So really identifying your area of weakness, which we all have them. I totally do. Identifying what it is being proactive and realizing that, okay, I really need to get at this one category on my power hour, and I really need to be recording it. I know this is monotonous stuff, but the monotonous is what helps your business grow. Unfortunately, there is room for creativity always, but don't let that get in the way of doing what you need to be doing every single day. What I wanted to say is, as your business grows and as you become more seasoned, there's actually a term called batching that you may hear as your business grows. I am a batcher, and that basically means that you go at one category of your power hour heavy during certain times of the month. So you're making a big batch of your new contacts. And I think the way that we all run our businesses, that's going to be common for our 5-day. We batch at the beginning of the month when we're doing our 5-day for adding new friends and new contacts. Or maybe what will happen is, you're almost through your 21-day group and you're batching your coach invites because you're trying to convert a lot of people. So I know for me, it's really easy during my 5-day week to fill out this top category versus, 3 weeks in, I'm actually having to try harder to come up with new contacts, but that doesn't mean it's, I have the excuse to not do it at all either during, later parts of the month. It might just be that instead of 5 new friends a day, it's more like 2 to 3 at the later part of the month. And so what do I do when I'm like, okay, I'm at the later part of the month, I'm not doing a 5-day. How do I find new friends and contacts? I think that one of the best ways I've found new contacts is from asking from my previous 5-day people or my previous 21-day people, do you have any friends that would be interested in doing my free group? It's like the easiest question to ask, and you will be shocked how many people, well, even if they don't have names, they'll be like, oh, well, let me think on it and I'll let you know. That is one of the easiest things that you could be asking. I had someone today who I was chatting with. She's pregnant, so she didn't want to do the 5-day. So right at the end of the conversation, we were friends. We were talking. Like, do you know anyone who would like to do my next 5-day? She sent me someone within the hour. I was able to add her to my power hour, and she's going to join my one that starts March, whatever it is, 28th. So that's an easy way when you're outside of your 5-day window to be adding new friends and contacts. Again, joining those like-minded Facebook groups are a great way to start conversations and deposit into people in those craft groups or mom groups or really any common group. I know there's like an organization group I'm in. Easy way to deposit or connect with people. And then don't forget, for the inviting, it doesn't always have to be inviting to a challenge group. It can be inviting for that sample or inviting to really try anything that has to do with Beachbody World. And then business invites are typically pretty easy when you're going for coach conversions, like customer to coach, So I batch a lot at the end of my 21-day group. But that doesn't mean that I stop, at the beginning of the month. It means that I'm just looking maybe for a different type of person at the beginning of the month. And then revisiting what those people are huge from the previous months. So I can't encourage you enough to find a system that works for you. I mean, I've shared this so many times in our group. Find one that works and then print 50 of them off so they're ready to go. Date the top of them. Go through your calendar and get them all lined up, ready to go, so that when you're seeing I have a binder for this year, and when I'm flipping through and I'm seeing some of my previous weeks, kind of is like, oh, I better get on that. And this is for this week. I always date the top corner, and I feel bad when I look at my sheet and I'm like, oh, I didn't do it today. So, but you don't feel like this is the only one that can work. If you need to make it really pretty, then make it really pretty. I am a simple person in that I like it on one page. I like one page a week because it's neat and tidy. I know Angel uses just a notebook for herself, and that works great. She takes a photo of it for a little accountability, but the notebook works fine too. Like if you know what those things are, but I would say predate things as you go so that you feel like you need to get that done. There was one other thing. Another way to get referrals. I didn't want to forget this. In your 5-day, you'll see a lot of people during my 5-day weeks tagging me in posts. That is a huge way to add new contacts. Huge way. So put up a post in your 5-day saying, hey y'all, it's our first day. Can you take a picture of your refrigerator, your shopping cart? It's something that proves that you're doing this 5-day. Tag me on your personal page, telling everyone what you're doing. So right there, I think I had like 5 people tag me just yesterday. I'll do it a couple more times this week. And from that, people were commenting underneath, like, what are you doing? What is this that you're doing? And then I'm able to interact on those posts and get new contacts that way. So if you're not doing that in your 5-day, you're missing out on a lot of people. You need to make sure that you tell those people, all the people in your 5-day, I'll give you an extra entry in the prize drawing. Figure out some way to motivate them to get you tagged on their personal page for what they're doing. It'll help bring people to you. It's like handing people over to you. I think I have like 5 new contacts just from that yesterday happening. And I didn't even make a big deal of it in that group yet. And I'm going to be making a bigger deal of that soon. So then there are just 4 other things. Sorry. 4 other points. What happened? Oh. Here you are. 4 other points I wanted to make outside of the Power Hour that will help you grow your business. If you can push past the fear of what people think about you, the sooner you can do that, I think that the faster you'll grow your business. And really, it doesn't matter what other people think about us, especially if you have the right heart. That the way I look at it is, if I know my heart's right with God, that's all that matters. I really, which was a hard thing for me because I did care about what other people thought about me. What is refreshing, maybe for some of you to know, is that I was so insecure about it, and as insecure about it as I was, at this point, I am like at the other end of the spectrum. I could give 2 hoots what anyone thinks if I know that my heart's in the right spot. Like I don't care anymore. I know that takes time, and I only wish that I could have gotten to that point faster, because I probably missed out on a lot of people because I was always so worried. What are they going to think about me? So now, almost 3 years in, I do know that if it's something you struggle with, that it does eventually go away. So that's a big point. So if you could push past that, I think that there's like all the success in the world if you can move beyond that point of fear. Be confident in the opportunity you're offering somebody. And if you need encouragement to see, that this is a financial opportunity, talk to me. I can give you real examples. Be confident in the challenge group opportunity you're offering to somebody, because that opportunity, you're giving someone a group that could change their lives forever, really, for their health, for who knows, eventually maybe financial well-being. So be confident in what you're offering. Know that that you as a coach have a lot to offer, and that the products that you're offering them are the best, because they are. They're really the best. And become a leader, which sometimes that means faking it. Become a leader in your groups, become a leader to your coaches, have that fake it till you make it mentality. And don't always wait for perfection too. I feel like I talked to somebody on another team, no one that you all know, a girl, somehow she reached out at some point, and she showed me her systems she has in place, for coach trainings. And oh my goodness, it's beautiful. It's whoa, you're super organized. She's been sitting with 6 coaches for over a year and a half, because she's so worried about everything being just so. So she's not going for it because she's worried about perfection. So really just go for it. Dive in, kind of learn as you go. Have that leadership mentality, and people will end up being attracted to you. And show up every day is my last point. Every day, even when you don't want to, show up. Show up for your groups, show up for your power hour. Just show up. So that's all I have for you today. I know a lot of it was review, but I feel like it's needed maybe a couple times a year, just to go over those basics and the fundamentals. So I guess the questions I wanted to leave you with is how do we make sure that this is implanted in our heads and what we do every day? And how do we understand that it's not about a pretty graphic or a fancy website? Although those things are nice, right? It's really about pushing play, drinking a shake, reading a book, inviting contacts to join you. And how do we understand that building a business is all about the fundamentals? So just some thoughts, as Beth Stark would say, to ponder on for this week. But we have a couple minutes if anyone wants to ask questions. You can definitely make a comment. Tell me that was boring. Feel free.
Hey, Jen, I have a question.
Sure.
And no, that wasn't boring. Sometimes I definitely overcomplicate things all the time. So I get in trouble when I'm doing my power hour, when I'm connecting with people, because the conversation just keeps going and going, and I don't know how to okay, I got to shut this off. I got to go to bed now. How do I even end the conversation without being rude?
I voice message, first of all, because that takes about 1/10 of the time of typing. Seriously, saves so much time. So someone today said, I can't understand you on her voicemail. And I was like, shoot, that just means more time. But voice messaging will save some time. And it's really just an art of, okay, I'll follow up with you in a couple weeks. I hope everything, continues to go well. It's just figuring out, when the conversation's not going anywhere, you just kind of need to wrap it up. And that's what I'd say. I would love to chat with you again in a couple weeks. If you feel like it's not going anywhere, I guess.
No, it wouldn't be necessary that it's not going anywhere. It's almost like the opposite, it's hitting off. And it keeps going and going. But my husband's like, dude, get off the computer, or the kids need to go to bed or whatever. So maybe I just need to use the kids as an excuse to be like,
oh, it's not an excuse. It's real. It's real. And I think that the type of person you want to be talking with would understand that,
Mm-hmm.
So I'll just say, even if you just don't answer right away, I leave conversations open all the time. And, because my family will always be my top priority. So there are a lot of times where I'll even sometimes I'll even forget to follow up with someone. And so I sometimes will go back through and look at, don't click the conversation if you know that you're not going to follow up right then. So you can go back and look at your unreads. I do that about, once every 4 or 5 days so that I can go back and follow up with those people.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah, you'll get better at it over time too. Anything else?
And keep praying. I've got 4 points now as of today. I have 2 more. So I'm going to make no profits because I'm giving it all away.
Yeah, but if you fall in love with it, it'll end up being long-term gain. That's the way I look at it. Okay, raise your hand if you've been doing the power hour this week. Honest. Okay. Well, halfway. Okay. I think it's good for us to go back and look at our old ones too. I really do. And it's pretty obvious when someone's really good at getting Success Club points and not really good at like recruiting a team or vice versa, or overall, like when you see the same names across the board, like, oh, we really need to work on getting some new contacts on. So, well, we're going to get kicked off. If anyone wants to be nice and just click that webinar link and see if it works at 9:45 if you're bored. I'm trying to make sure it works for our next What is Coaching webinar. So, well, thanks for being on, everyone. I'm here if anyone has questions. I'll be around tonight and working on the calendar for March. So, okay, have a great night.